12:30, find out about a global music platform and a concert series happening right here in Lexington this week. We have a sneak peek of what's to come.
Plus, if you missed last night's Dancing with the Stars elimination show, Hunter Lyle will be here with a full recap. This is Midday Kentucky.
Hunter Lyle just brings it up. There's all kinds of dancing going on in the studio already. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us on Midday at 12:30. I'm Amber Freeman.
And I'm Adam Banks.
Adam, oh, now Hunter's breaking out the moves. I wish we had a cam for every angle in the studio. Are you a dancer?
I do dance. Not proud of it, but I'm a little bit of a dancer. I'm not afraid to go out there and cut a rug.
Dabble in a little dance. Oh,
I'm getting called out.
Yeah, I think Mr. Freeman is challenging you to a dance-off.
Maybe the cha-cha slide. What's some more, what do they call it, the lawnmower when you do the lawnmower?
I see Hunter's eyes just lighting up. There's a challenge on the horizon.
Hey, I'm open. I'm open, Hunter.
All right, that may happen. That may happen. How are you doing today?
Doing well. It's 50 degrees outside. I'm ready to go cook out.
It's sunny. Is it really 50?
Yeah, I just checked the weather. It's so nice. I got my sleeves rolled up. It's just, and it's funny too. 50 degrees typically is cold, but because we're so used to this weather these last couple of days, it feels so warm out.
I know. Our meteorologists never ever miss the opportunity to give me a hard time. Never miss the opportunity, Justin and George. I obviously don't like the cold, but when it was down in the 20s and the 30s, they're like, oh, it's going to warm up. And even in my own mind, I'm like, yeah, the 40s, it's going to be so hot. And it's funny how your mind is that powerful.
Yeah, but are you doing okay today?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing good.
Good.
Whenever it's sunny, I'm happy. That is the serious.
Yeah, and it's warm. I mean, and it is sunny out there.
I'm still not going to say it's warm, but it is sunny. All right. Speaking of being sunny and warm and how we feel and our mind having a lot to do with our perception on things and how we act and all that kind of stuff. This is a study, and I don't even think they needed a study to do this because I think this has been happening forever. Okay. A new survey of over 2,300 Americans found a surprising 29% of people actually welcome being sick from time to time just in order to get some rest from their day-to-day tasks and routines. The study is conducted by OnePoll, and it was on behalf of Theraflu. They found nearly 40% of those polled say being sick allows them to focus on themselves and gives them permission to slow down. Of course, feeling sick is certainly not anybody's idea of a fun time. Maybe it is. Many people found there are some perks that could go along with it. Before we get to these perks, which are right there, we'll talk about them. Have you ever faked being sick?
Of course, I've faked being sick. Hasn't everybody?
Okay, but what about if you are sick? Do you actually like it because you get attention?
No, I save the sick days for when I'm feeling great so I can go out and do my things that I want to do. I go to work sick. I try not to be contagious, let me be specific, but I will go to work sick because the sick days are for when you're feeling good, to get things that you can't normally do when you're working done. Go to the bank, go to the doctor's office.
We're kind of, sick days very, very rarely. I think I took one and I was forced to this year for another reason.
Oh, well, I think we're both a little bit of workaholics.
No, I had pink eye. I've never had pink eye in my life, and I got it from kids.
Yeah.
But, so that was a forced one. But other than that, we have to have our voice, so we have to be able to do this. But other than that, you just kind of roll through being sick all the time. But let's bring up those reasons that most people do. They just want to lay in bed. I'm okay with that.
I can get behind that one.
Yeah, they want to eat soup. Why can't you just eat soup anyway?
Yeah, but after the first bowl, it's pretty disgusting. You can only have so many bowls of chicken noodle soup before it's gross.
I guess. All right, watching old movies or TV shows.
Yes, I love that. That's the perfect excuse to lay around and get caught up with your shows, and you don't feel bad about it.
These are the best comforts for if you actually are sick. This is not using your days to go do this. Because I was going to say, really, if you're using your sick days for this, I hope you have a more exciting life.
Then sometimes watching TV and movies is not going to make you feel better because there's so much emotion that's involved with watching a TV show or movie. It can make you feel a little worse.
Adam, let me introduce you to Lifetime. Sipping hot drinks and tea. I don't know. I do agree with this, though, that I think a lot of people actually like being sick because they get babied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mainly men.
I was going to say, I think naturally. I seen the funniest thing the other day on the internet. It was a grown man's body just laying in bed, and it just had a baby's face showing underneath the covers.
I don't want to go there, but I think a lot. Daria says yes. Men will complain about every little thing just to get babied. Maybe not all of you, but we're going to end on that. All right. Well, stay with us because after the break, we are going to talk dancing with an expert and last night's heartbreaking Dancing with the Stars shows. Hunter Lyle is in the building. You know he brings the energy. Stay with us. This is Midday. Thanks for staying with us. All right, we witnessed the most dramatic night of the entire season on Dancing with the Stars last night, and it wasn't even really about the dancing at all.
Hunter Lyle, the owner of Arthur Murray Lexington, is here with a recap of last night's emotional elimination episode. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's so good to be on the air always. What a show last night. I mean, really shocking to everyone, literally.
Tears, a lot of tears.
Yeah, and you know, I like James Vanderbeek. I really thought along the way he was going to maybe win it, or at least come in the final for, you know, the final shot.
He's Dawson. I mean,
yeah.
Kind of do know
he's likable. Everybody likes the guy. He's really cool, and we really thought he would go a little further in this.
So let's break it down for everybody who may have missed last night. Can we do a recap of what we're talking about?
Yeah, so Dancing with the Stars last night was the final night of the semifinal. This is season 28, and you saw a lot of good dancing. You've got several couples that are in the leaderboard right now, and it's interesting because James was really at the top. He was supposed to win this thing, or at least do better. You've got Allie, Kel, Lauren, Hannah, and James. You've got Allie with 59, Kel with 57, Lauren with 54, with a tie with Hannah, and James had a 51. So he did have the lowest score of all of them, literally. So it wasn't a total surprise. But given his news, given what happened, he just lost a child. And to get on there and even perform, given the circumstances, I think took a lot of courage.
Absolutely. So in case you missed that, James Vanderbeek, it was announced last night that he and his wife suffered a miscarriage and lost a baby. So that in itself is an emotional
just unbelievable
disaster.
She was on the show a couple weeks ago, actually in the audience, and did a little cameo. And you know, you're ready for some happy news, and they did not get that. So the fact that he even went on at all, I think, was kudos to him for trying. You know, that was
the elimination when it came down to the final two.
Yeah.
And the couple that actually got it, she wanted to give it to.
Oh, she
James.
did. She tried because they did two dances last night. One was a normal dance, one was a redemption dance to try to save them. And she did. She wanted to give it away. And of course, the rules prohibit that. There was no choice. They couldn't do it. But everybody was just vying for that. And everybody hoped he'd be on for at least one more time. He might not have won, but in the final result, he would at least be at the final. So, you know, things happen in the show, and you never know who's going to go home. You never know who's going to stay.
And sometimes your popularity, though, helps you stay on the show.
It does, as we've seen that with some of the dark horses or the bad candidates. The people that were on there, they didn't dance very well, but they stayed on. They were, you know, Kate Flannery, she was on the comedian. She's really funny. I mean, funny to listen to, funny to watch. But her dancing wasn't that great. But her popularity kept her on the show. So that's part of the judges and part of the audience.
You know, Hunter, dancing a lot of times is a way to express your emotions.
Yeah.
And do you think maybe that played a part in he, or do you not think he's at that level yet to where it comes out and he still is just so devastated?
I think that, you know, early on he expressed his emotions through happiness. I think because he was pregnant, and she was, that I think that, you know, literally you saw that in his dancing. And I think last night, unfortunately, the opposite held true. You saw the negative emotion showing up in his movements. You saw it in the facial expressions, in the body language. I mean, there's just some things you can't hide.
Absolutely.
And when you're out on the floor and you're dancing, your body language shows everything. So I think you're right, you did see that a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that you just said that because dancing is just such a way to express yourself in a different level.
Yes.
If we want to do this ourselves, how do we get a hold of you to teach us? Adam here's already volunteered to have a dance-off.
We're going to have a dance-off. I think we're going to plan this, and it may be a breakdancing challenge. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Right,
you know, yeah, once more, you never know what can happen. But if you want to learn to dance normally or have some fun, call the studio. Call 278-7711. You're going to get 2 free lessons to get started learning dance, or go to our website as well. Either way is easy, but we've been doing it for almost 20 years. So we try to make this fun, make it easy, and you can do it at the studio and have a great time.
That is guaranteed, and you are a blast. We always have a good time when you're on the show. Thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure.
We'll be on the lookout. Tuesdays, Hunter comes on, breaks down that Dancing with the Stars action, and you better
ready.
Start stretching.
All right, the gauntlet's on, buddy. Are you ready? All right,
let's do it.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks Thanks for staying with it. This may be one of the coolest projects I have ever heard about. The Acoustic Guitar Project is a global music platform and concert series that inspires musicians like Vanessa here to write an original song and then record it live in 1 week, guys. 1 week.
Here with the details are Trish Torline, Vanessa Davis. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you both so much for being here.
Our pleasure.
Trish, when you sent me the information on this, immediately I went out and looked because it's just the coolest concept. Can you kind of break down what the entire project is?
Yes, in the intro that you named it as a global project, and it really is. If you go to the website, it names the cities that this takes place in. It could be London, Paris, New York, Dubai. I mean, it really is global. And to think that we're doing here in Lexington what everybody else is doing around the world in this time is just really cool. But to break it down in the short version is we choose 5 artists, and they get to take our guitar here. We call it cedar because it's made top, back, and sides are cedar. Well, the top is spruce, but the back and sides are cedar. And they spend a week with cedar, and they write a song. And at the end of that week, they record the song and upload it to the website. So on that website, you can go to all the cities and hear the songs that are being written during the season for that the project for that year.
Which is super cool.
Yeah,
it's
real time. It really is. And then we all sign it. You can see the signatures here. I was one of the artists last year in our inaugural year. So everybody has signed it. And if you can imagine this guitar in 5 to 10 years, how full it will be.
Can we just talk about that a little bit? Because
Sure.
the guitar actually gets passed from
Yes.
city to city. It's not a new
Not
guitar
city to
each
city.
time.
No, yeah, this is our guitar. It stays here.
Oh, so this is just in Lexington.
That is
each year.
correct. So
Okay, so
each
see,
of-
we learned.
Each of our artists pass it, and then it lives with me out of season. And then when the season starts again in September, you give it to the first artist. They spend a week. They pass it to the next artist, and it works its way
Gotcha.
around.
So
yeah.
5 different artists have this guitar this season.
Yes, that is correct.
Amazing.
So 1 week for the artist to write their own song. How challenging was that?
It was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. I was a little nervous about it because it's a deadline, and you're like, well, what if nothing comes? What if I can't write the song? But I actually found it pretty easy. I wrote the song in the first day.
Ooh, that came
and
right
then
to
I just
you.
yeah. Then I spent the second day polishing and just making sure everything was set the way I wanted it to be and put together the way I wanted it to be crafted. And then I had to figure out how to use the recording gadget, because there's a specific recorder that everyone uses.
Technology is hard.
Technology. So that was
Yep.
what I spent like day 3 and 4 doing, was figuring that out and getting it all uploaded to the website. But
And
yeah,
then
it was
you're-
really fun.
Well, you're performing this Saturday, and everybody's invited to come out to your performance. And not only do you get to showcase amazing artists like Vanessa and the other 4 artists here in Lexington, it's going to a great cause.
Yes, it is. It's called Guitars for Kids, and it's sponsored by, or the people who came up with the idea are RS Guitar Works in Winchester, Kentucky, and the vice president there, Roy Bowen, he went to do an angel tree a couple years ago, and he went the last night. He found it was the last night to do it. Well, actually, all the gifts had to be turned in that night. So he saw several, tags of kids who wanted guitars, but he wasn't able to fulfill those because it was the last night. And it just tore him up, because here he is, he has a guitar company, right? So he decided at that moment that was never going to happen again. So the next year, which was last year, he put into place with RS Guitar Works that a charity fund drive that they do throughout the fall season in conjunction with the Salvation Army and the Angel Tree program. So people you can nominate children, or you can pull the tags off the tree of kids who want guitars. But RS Guitar Works, through the charity drive and people giving donations, make sure that that child has a guitar under their tree for Christmas.
Love that. You're spreading the arts of generation to generation.
That's right.
And it's just,
That's right.
that's the gift that you can never put a price tag on itself.
I agree. Yes, ma'am.
What are the details to the show this weekend?
It starts at 7, performance at 7 at Arts Place here in town. And $10 at the door, all proceeds after some small expenses we'll go to Guitars for Kids. And that's really, I think, what's motivating all of us is being able to put as many guitars as possible under as many trees as possible.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great, 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 great work. And we're actually going to have a preview of what you're going to play, not the entire song. You're just going to have a little teaser of what you have written and are performing this coming Saturday. Are you ready? Friday. Sorry. I keep saying Saturday.
You just want to make sure people don't show up a day late.
No, yeah, that would be on me. I owe a lot of guitars to a lot of people that. Are you nervous at all?
No, I'm excited. This is what I do, so.
Well, she's going to do it for us right now. We're actually going to give the stage right to you. You're going to take us to break. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for doing
having
this.
us, yes.
Definitely come check this project out. What a cool idea and way to grow the arts community and start from the ground up really with those kids.
That's right.
All of you have a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Vanessa, the stage is yours.
Thank you. I can't complain if we're just tucked away, snuggled together in the corner of a cafe. Oh, but maybe I'll just take you home, out of the public eye and get you alone. We're better together in all kinds of weather, whenever, whatever. I gotta have you, winter, spring, summer, fall. I wanna share them all with you, baby. Can't deny I'm chasing that high. Can't deny I'm chasing that high. Chasing that high. Can't deny I'm chasing that